Hey folks, welcome back to the ranch. So we're going to get you folks caught up on where we're at with this build. We have to apologize. We took a long hiatus from it. I know there's a lot of folks that subscribe to our channel specifically to see this house build. Well, we got not necessarily distracted. We decided to put our efforts into other places. So mind you, it's a very slow build process. We mill all of our own lumber from logs that we have brought in. So that's a very time-consuming process in the first place. And then just the daily ins and outs of the ranch, things that break, things that need attention, animals that get sick or injured. You know, it's never ending around here. So, you know, this is the real deal on the ranch. This is not just a highlight reel. You know, a lot of people fantasize about this life, and I'll tell you, it's a wonderful one, but it is a lot of work, and it's very hard if you want to build from scratch. So, any rate, enough about that. We're going to get back on this. We have been. You can see there's been a lot of progress here. We've only been on it about the last 3 weeks, give or take. So we'll keep you updated, and we're going to be pushing and grinding on this till at least we get to the point where we can get it dried in. So no matter what happens with the weather, we can be working on the interior. So thanks for sticking around and follow us through this journey.
Alright, I'm there.
You're there?
Yeah.
You're flush?
I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's flush, right?
Oh yeah. Flush.
Yeah, these ones would be fine. Well,
It actually might. Okay. Give him our close side. Man, it's amazing when you're amazing.
Who is roofing this?
Me?
Not me.
Dibs.
We're going to do the farthest. Okay, start pushing out a little bit. Thank you. Okay, so we got the rafters installed. Very next thing we're going to be getting on is installing the decks around the outside of this building. We have got to have a flat place to work, and it's the most next logical thing to do here. So we're going to build decks, go up from there, and then hopefully get our full wrap around the house with the shed roofs. So the girder sits in this. So the girder is going to sit half into this notch and half out. So the next post that supports the patio deck cover will actually connect to the same girder. So, and it'll just be a continuation. So this is what we'll be bearing on here. Post on top of post, sandwiching the girder between them. This is blind, so it doesn't have to be super pretty in there. Just Good enough to marry up. High spot. There you go. Good enough. 8, half the distance, just under 3. Can't really see anything on that weathered wood. This is a 2 9/16 Hercules. I'll tell you what, this is a Harbor Freight bit, and it has drilled a ton. It stays sharp, and they're super affordable. The right depth is, with this setup, the way I have it chucked up, about halfway into the chuck here for the depth. Give us enough room. And now this, we just find center here. Okay. Not bad. All right, that'll do. That's good. So that's it. So we got a 5/8 piece of all thread that goes in there from the footing. We put a washer and a nut and tighten it down with a gear wrench. And it ends up taking that washer and bending it in a, it makes a crescent washer out of it. And boy, it locks the head of the nut in there. So you don't have to worry about them backing out. Now over time, as the stuff dries, you can come back and service it. Just stick the wrench in there, tighten them back up if you get any shrinkage. And it's a really good, simple connection. It's affordable, has a lot of hold down strength. It's clean, you don't see anything. That's how we do it here, I'm sure other people do it other ways. They use a bunch of fancy Simpsons and post bases, but you can get at least a couple grand tied up really quick in just your embed post bases. And you know what? We're building this on a budget, so this is what we do. This is the wedger. Goes right there in the middle, boys.
Oh, this one's white.
Oh yeah, thing's old and dry. Half on, Tristan. I got not enough hands. Okay, the other side. Don't walk on the hose. Go. Good. Whoa. I'm gonna make a mark. I want you to hold to. Right there, just above it. Just a fuzz. There you go. Don't move. Okay, that's just holding it. Tristan and Elliot, come hang on this thing. It's got a bit of a crown. We want to try and take it out if we can. That bitter. Knocked it out of my hand.
No, I mean it's
That
a
bottom
tiny
one?
bit high.
I'm on my mark. That's on the money.
That's what we want.
You want to hold on? We've had a lot of questions. And people are like, oh, it's gonna mold, it's gonna rot. Well, yeah, it molds. It's wood. Green wood in high humid environments does that. So the treatment for wood, a really good treatment, is boric acid. So you can go ahead and spray your structure with boric acid. Finish it with an oil. But that's a biocide. I mean, it kills pretty much anything that wants to eat, chew, live in, grow in. So mold, fungus, and bugs. So boric acid, it's your friend. So once the structure is completely dry, we're gonna have a friend, a local fella, come and pressure wash it. He's got a pressure washing service. He's gonna come pressure wash the whole structure. And then once that dries again, and we gotta wait till it's not too humid, we'll spray with boric acid. And after that, once the wood is fully seasoned, we'll oil it. You don't wanna oil your wood too soon. It won't take any of it in. It'll just beat up, run off. So you want it to be pretty dry so it takes it. But yeah, you see this, all this white mold growing on it. This happened in a matter of, once your wood gets dry, it dies, treat it, you'll be good. That stuff's like marshmallow. If you didn't do anything about it, and you just left it here in the stack, this wood would be rotted and, shoot, 1 year, it'd be gone. These things are heavy. And they don't look like much, but they are green.
It's like 20 pounds of
And I'm old, tired, lazy, I'm just being a baby. Young buck with a broken back. Oh, broke back young buck. Move your butt. I love how these are all up there at different lengths. All right. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Definitely fits better this way. All right. Oh, the cameraman's slacking on slinging joists.
That's okay. I'm busy being the cameraman.
Maybe we'll get this thing done this century. That'd be cool. Weird. This is the longest, most drawn out project I've ever worked on in my life. All right, so right here we got 3 risers, steps coming down to this lower deck. I opted to make the big deck lower than the rest, and this one here is actually stepped down a full step from finished floor in the house. So, I don't really like my patios or decks that are right up at finished floor height, because if you put furniture or barbecue, all that stuff, it's right in the way of your windows. So you have really poor visibility out of your windows. It ends up kind of messing it all up. So plus, if you end up with a handrail out there, I think we're just going to put out here just cable with no cocktail rail, nothing on top, just cables, so it doesn't obstruct our view, because we're going to have a bunch of big windows right here on the end of the house. Let's go down here and look back up here, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so if I can reach up high enough, which I can't, you can see in between these posts here, these 3 bays, are going to be some real nice big picture windows, and we'll probably do something not as large, but upstairs we'll have some nice big windows. We're going to have a little tiny loft up there, so it'll be basically a 2.5 story, but yeah, so unobstructed view. So we're down full 3 tread, about 23 inches. This deck is lower than the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little pointer here. When you're working with really green wood, we have a lot of experience with that, not just because we mill our own. That's kind of new to us, but use a lot of pressure treated lumber back in the day. So what happened is this is seasoned. This is dry, it's not moving anymore. This is all fresh cut. So what you got here is a 4x10 girder with 2x8s on top of it. That is going to shrink. So if we would have set this up perfectly plumb, I don't know if the camera's showing it. I'm at a weird angle. So you can see maybe that this is going uphill ever so slightly. Just about, I don't know, maybe just a fuzz under 3/8 of an inch. This is going to shrink and come down. So we're anticipating that, so it ends up being perfectly flat. Now, I'm doing that. That's kind of goofing us up. But so take that into account. If you want to have, you know, pancake flat, very, very, very flat. You don't want something rolling across, or, you know, every deck we built, we guaranteed it to the customer. Any place on the deck, we guaranteed them within 3/8 of an inch, no matter how large the deck was, finished. So, you know, most of them came out quite a bit less than that, even considering all the shrinkage. So things to take in consideration when working with green lumber. Okay, so what we got is we're straightening our girder here. This is ultra important to be square to the house because we're going to have an extenuation of posts on top of this to pick up the roof. So we want it as plumb as possible. Yes, in building you can have a post slightly out of plumb, just the tiniest bit, to then make sure that your roof line all connects, but you know, we don't like to play that game. So we're straightening this. We're snapping our tails with the chalk line and going to be cutting off. Never measure your joists overall and cut them before they're installed. Go ahead and install them, let them run wild, just like rafter tails, snap a line and cut them off. I've seen people do that building decks, and then their fascia line is doing this. It's terrible. So again, just install them, let them run wild, snap a line, cut them off. What we did, we plumbed our posts at the end, really meaning not the posts are plumb, but they're equidistant from the house. So we measured out, that end is already fixed and plumbed, so we matched that to it, and now all we're doing is line siding all these, so we have a real nice straight girder, because again, there's posts going on top of this. If you don't do that, all your posts will be wonky. It'll look terrible. So we've already sided it, safety squint. My glasses are so fogged up, can't see anything. It is extremely humid if you can't tell. Look at that. Woo! It's like, what is it? 110%? That's bad. Oh, I'm sweating. It's like, what is it? 6:45, 7, something like that. We're already sweating. So, damn northerners down here in the south. Well, the south, Midwest. All right, ready? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and block these bays above the middle girder. The reason for that is it'll take a lot of roll out of your deck. It'll make it a lot more stable, a lot more firm. So when you go ahead and put your block up here, come look at this. Well, obviously this is cut out of the same material as this. It's almost perfectly flush. Well, if you put a block in there like that, and as everything dries, you will always, and I say dry, it doesn't even matter, through environmental changes, rain, moisture, you'll end up with a hump in your deck right here. Your deck board's going over the top of your blocking bay. So take a 1/4 inch off these. It never fails. When you have this block sitting up like this on top, and then you have it covered, this will always hold more moisture than the joist. So the joist will dry and be thinner than your block. So we cut a 1/4 inch off these to make sure that doesn't happen. Why are you standing on my hose?
No, it's behind my foot. Well, nice spacing.
That's it.
All right, you got it, girl?
Oh yeah, it's long. All right, let's go see what we came up with. Not too bad. Just a little wiggle in it, but not too shabby. You know, rough cut lumber, man. There's a lot of stuff you gotta take in consideration, but turned out good. It's gonna shrink, probably go to hell. Oh well. No, it's gonna be great. So that's that. Next thing, we're gonna deck this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Are you excited?
Oh,
Yeah. Tristan, he's excited.
yeah. Back to my Idaho days.
Yeah. Well, we gotta go mill it all. That's the awesome part. Our favorite, Tristan's favorite. Tristan loves going up to the mill.
So much.
Oh, it's his favorite. Working at the sawmill. But he pouts like a 3-year-old that just got their sucker taken away. It's hilarious. It's true.